Hey everybody, this is Dominion from Gladiator Gaming Network, and today we're going to do a video tutorial on decompiling and recompiling of an SWF file. I know I already have one thread up about decompiling, and a lot of people are getting confused on it. It is a text thread, it's a text tutorial. So I figured, a lot of people, including myself, learn better from actually seeing it happen, and they can follow the steps that go along with this. This is offered in our classes, but we go into a lot more depth in our classes than what this is actually going to go into. This is just basic decompiling and recompiling of the SWF file. This is ran on a Windows 7 64-bit computer. I usually don't like using Windows. I'm more of a Linux person myself, but the majority of people out there are using Windows, so we're going to do it on a Windows computer here to help everybody else out with. So first thing you need to do is you're going to have to download all the programs that we're going to need. Well, with this you're only going to need one program, and this will be included in the attachments for this thread. So you can just download that, and then you'll be ready to go after you pull a SWF file. If you do not know how to pull an SWF file, well, we'll be going over tutorials on that later on. But we do have tutorials out on the forums about how to pull an SWF file from a game, and there's many different ways you can do it. There's add-ons for your browsers, whether you use Firefox, Chrome. There's add-ons, I believe, for any and all browsers except for Internet Explorer. I don't know, I've never used Internet Explorer. So let's go ahead and get into it. First thing we're going to need is we're going to need an SWF file, which I'm not going to say for liability purposes against Gladiator Gaming Network of what this file is, what game it is, nothing. This is just a basic SWF file. So we're going to need one of these, and then we're going to need our kit. So we're going to go into our kit right here. Now this kit, as many of you probably already know, is called Rabkism, and I'm sure that's not the exact way that you're supposed to say it, but I'm sure there's different ways to say it. Now we do have a couple of bat files in here, and you're going to get this entire folder right here in the download link. And I know we don't need everything in here, but this is just the way I downloaded it. First thing you're going to want to make sure you do is rename your SWF file to game, because that's how I have the bat file set up, as game. Now on some Windows operating systems, I'm not really too familiar with Windows, as I use Linux for the majority of everything that I do. I know some operating systems, I believe Vista, doesn't save it as a type unless the extension is in the name of it. So this would be called game.swf, and that is the case, then you're going to have to edit your bat files to say .swf. But if it shows up like this, and you see right here it says type shockwave flash object and it's just named game, then you know you're good and you don't need to rename your bat files. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this SWF and we're just going to drag it into our folder here. And then we're going to go up, and there's going to be two bat files you're going to need to look at. You're going to have a bat file called extract, and you're going to have a bat file called recompile. And we're going to extract that, and whenever we extract that, it's going to come up, and it's going to a command window is going to come up. I wanted to call it a terminal, I'm sorry. And you're going to give it a few minutes, maybe a couple of minutes, maybe a minute at tops. It depends on how fast your computer is. So we're going to give this some time. And what this is doing, this is decompiling the full SWF to get all the source code out of it. So while we wait for that, it's going to make 3 folders, and it's finished right there. There we go. And it's going to make 3 ABC files. These ABC files are pointless, but do not delete them. So now you're going to see that we're going to have game-0, game-1, game-2. We're going to have our game-0, and we're going to have our ABCs down here as well. And here's our game and our extract and decompile. And then you would go in here, and here's all your source files right here, but we're not going to show them. I'm going to blur that out most likely. Because like I said, for liability purpose, we're not saying which game this is. And then we're just going to want to come down here to our recompile. And here we go on our recompile, and what this is doing is any changes that you made, this is pretty much just pushing it all back into the SWF file that we originally started with. So we're just going to give this don't take usually as long. This only takes about 15 to 20 seconds to do. Your game-0 folder is usually your biggest, depending on the game. So it will hang up, but as long as you don't get no errors, and you'll know when you get an error, because it'll be a long list of different numbers, and it'll say what line on which file, etc., etc. And there we go, we're finished right here. So I'm going to click a button, and now we have, you'll notice that you still have your folders here, and that's normal. It isn't set up to delete it. I did not. Now you can write into the bat file to delete your ABC in your folders, but I have not. But as long as you don't get any errors, our game SWF is ready to move out and ready to be released, secured, however you want to do your files, if you want to release them to the public or just load them up and go. I hope this has helped anybody that has had any problems with our text tutorials. We're going to have more tutorials coming out later on into the future. If you're viewing this video and you're unaware of our site's going to be in a download link description, in the description below, along with download links are going to be in a thread on the website. This has been Dominion for GladiatorGamingNetwork.com. Y'all have a good day.